Hello there and welcome to another Genshin Impact reaction video, this time on the Ignition teaser, A Name Forged in Flames. So this week I've had mainly pre-recorded videos because I went home because it was my birthday a couple days ago. And it seems like whoever's decided to give me a late birthday present by posting the Ignition teaser yesterday. If only I had waited until today at the very least so that I could actually get on and record it. But here I am. I've already seen the thumbnail a bunch of times, and a friend of mine who already watched it said it was amazing. It literally changed her opinion on the whole update. Before, she wasn't really that excited about it. Anyway, it's time to actually take a look at it, because oh my god, I cannot wait to see what more of what we're getting in Natlan, especially since the person in the thumbnail might be the Pyro Archon, our first look at the Pyro Archon. Let's get into it. Oh my god. And captions on as well. 3 minutes and 44 seconds.
Are we ready? Let's go!
Hello.
Attention please! Capitano will now release the ball to promote the upcoming
Tournament.
Huh? Gotta get a photo to remember it! Hey, that's too close! Great. And... no! Too far!
Oh. He has pixelated characters. Oh, hello. Who are you?
Do I have to...
Again, those tattoos. Well, they might not be actual tattoos, but again, every character seems to have a different color. If I recall correctly, there was something about 6 tribes, or like multiple tribes in Natlan. Again, there's a whole war thing that I'm still curious where it will come into play. But then again, I'm giving it a chance, even though what we've seen until now isn't really that warlike, because we all know that, generally speaking, the story only really gets shown, and the serious parts only really get shown as we get closer to the nation, right?
Get out of here! Leave me alone!
Oh. The birds. Hello there.
Is it that time of year again?
And she's actually part cat. Or animal. There was a little ear twitch.
Again.
Over there. Huh. I think the last like actual like animal person we've had was Carrara. Technically Nouvellette also takes like part in here because he's dragon, but yeah, okay, interesting. I did see some people saying Geo Dea, and I kind of have to say design-wise, yes, this does give me Dea vibes. But then again, it's just the general design of the character. Oh, hi. I wanted to say, this is the girl from the chapter trailer. Isn't she? Isn't she? If, like... Oh, come on. But I feel like there's some slight design changes from then. Could be a different character, though. Then we have her. She does, so the general outfit, I know it's kind of blurred, but the hat kind of gives me either Fontanian Duelist, or possibly we'll get some Western stylized, like the Wild West stylized characters in here. It is possible, I guess, since it might be a mishmash of different, like, African, South American, possibly Spanish, maybe even like Wild West inspired, like cultural inspiration. Who knows? Oh, and we do see more of her.
The tournament. I wonder if she's watching.
She. Ooh. An arena. Oh. Hello. That's an interesting... Oh, the sun. That's an interesting outfit.
The tournament will soon begin. My dear friends, take your positions. Embrace your competitive spirit and give your all. This battle is for winners only. The champion will take all.
Okay, she said it in a slightly sinister way. Oh. It's burning. Capitano.
Are you brave enough to compete?
Whoa. The light at her feet. Her hair also looks like flames. Whoa.
Time to burn again. Even the tiniest of sparks will not go unnoticed.
Did you catch everything?
Huh? Oh, there's 6 flames. And each seems... Do they have different symbols? They do have different symbols in the background. This one's like a weird sort of triangle. This one looks kind of like a heart. This one looks like a kind of like the hydro symbol. This is another triangle, but this looks upright. Interesting. I am curious about the big flame, though. Oh, it's just the same flames, but all together, huh? Yeah, it still has the same symbols.
Time to burn again. Even the tiniest of sparks will not go unnoticed.
I do like the song.
What our eyes see ought to be our fate. But now, close your eyes and feel. For with our blood, we will forge our true fate.
And there's the fate talk. Oh my god, everyone talks about fate. Then again, it's the major... Not from the very beginning, at least it's not so obvious and so in your face at the very beginning of the game, right? Pretty much up until Sumeru, I feel like it's not that in your face, and it's very predominant in Fontaine. The concept of weaving your own fate and going against the gods. So I guess we have another Archon, especially if she is the Archon. She looks really good, and she might be the Archon. I'm not entirely sure. I think it's entirely possible. In the description, there's like a list of all voice actors. Give me a second. So yeah, there isn't a Murata in the trailer, but here's the thing. The same way Egeria is the previous Hydro Archon, but Furina is the current, the same way the current Pyro Archon could be named differently, because Murata might have been the Pyro Archon, the previous Pyro Archon. Oh, and we see the all the different graffitis again. So now there's a very big question, in my opinion. Let's leave this running in the background while I talk about this. Where is the war, right? Where is the war? And I think for this I might have to take another small break, because I'm not sure, because I'll either rely on you guys in the comments or I'll actually look it up myself. Because why do we not have a war in here, right? And one of the reasons might actually be because they've always lied to us, right? Every time in the Tivat chapter trailer, what Dainsleif said never came entirely true. It was somewhat of what he was talking about, right? But it was never really that. For example, in Mondstadt, Dainsleif said, what would you do if freedom was demanded by your god? But in reality, Venti gave everyone freedom, not imposed on them, but as a choice. It was just that this kind of played in Dvalin's story in the way that he still wanted to serve Venti, even though Venti wanted Dvalin to live his own life, right? Their own life. I'm not sure. Does Dvalin have a gender? Anyway, that's besides the point. So it's entirely possible that what Dainsleif has talked about when it came to Natlan, he was entirely wrong. Or it was stuff from 500 years ago, or 400, depends on when exactly him and Lumine, or Ether, depending on your abyss sibling, went through the world. So it's entirely possible that the war in Natlan is no longer a thing. Especially if Natlan is as isolationist, or even more than Inazuma, because for example, we did see a couple Inazuman characters before we went there and solved all the problems, but we have yet to see truly a Natlan character throughout our journeys in any... Oh my god, who's the other person next to Capitano? Because there's one more person next to Capitano. Also, I wonder if this is because this is 100% the Archon girl, right? I wonder if this is going to be an alternate sprint or if it's going to be her ability. Either way, awesome visualization with the Ode of Resurrection, incandescent Ode of Resurrection, because she's a phoenix, right? Who is that person? Ah, they're so blurry. Anyway, so now there are a couple other places where we've heard about war, and that is the part I'm not entirely certain myself. Because it's been so long since then that I'm not entirely sure about it. So, you know what? Give me just 5 minutes, I think I'll need no more than that, to actually see if I can find any other mentions of this war in Natlan. So, the only real mention I was able to find as I looked it up was something about Capitanos and that the region is engulfed in war and Capitanos taking advantage of that. Now, I couldn't really find any other mention other than the Travail preview trailer, you know, the initial one where we saw Yamsan. I did find her name because I looked up at what's going on, right? But I'm not entirely sure. I have a little bit of a theory that during Murata's reign, what happened was that, yes, the region was entirely engulfed in war within the tribes. But once Murata passed away and the new Pyro Archon came to reign, it's entirely possible that it moved into this more modernized tournament style. Because we see every character in this trailer actually mention the tournament, right? So, like, what's that all about? And if we do take that every character is different color of tattoo or of signs, means that they're in different tribes. For example, these two girls might be in the same tribe since both of theirs are white marks. This guy has green marks, right? It's kind of like moving the ball from one tribe to another. So we have white, green. I think she has purple. Yeah, purple, bluish, purplish marks. And it's kind of like in the Olympics, right? Where lots of people go, and she has golden marks, where lots of different people from all around the world bear the torch, the Olympic torch, to light up the big flame when the Olympics start. So it's entirely possible that the new Pyro Archon that came after Murata decided to move this war and try to unite the tribes by still allowing them to fight each other in this tournament with a reward and rules. So that's my ongoing theory, that instead of continuing the wars started back during Murata's reign, what happened is the new Pyro Archon came in and slowly united the tribes in that I don't know, however long it has been since Murata died, because I'm not entirely sure if Murata died during the Cataclysm 500 years ago or if she died slightly before or slightly after. But yeah, it's interesting because I do have to say there's still been no real mentions of war anywhere. We've had the tournament and even what I presume is the Pyro Archon. She has again white marks. Any on her actually? I don't see any. Then again, she might be, as I said, a duelist from Fontaine because of the way the hat is, or could have Western influences, like Wild West influences. So yeah, I do honestly wonder what exactly is going to be the story, because there's going to be a tournament. We're going to have a tournament arc in Genshin, right? That is honestly going to be kind of interesting, especially if Capitano is going to be the final our final opponent, right? It would be kind of cool if each weekly boss, but no, because the second weekly boss comes in the 0.6 version, and it's more of a like for the story quest. So I guess maybe each version or each act ends with a battle within the tournament. That would be awesome if we have one fight at the end of each act. We go through a bit of the story, meet some of the characters, we have a battle, and we slowly advance through the tournament. Where at the end, in 5.2, we have to fight Capitano. Unless they want to put Capitano a bit later and have him be the weekly boss, that they could do the same thing that they did with Arlecchino, right? They released Arlecchino in 4.6 at the same time they made her a weekly boss. Oh man, I'm getting excited, but not as much as I hoped I would from the trailer. Like, don't get me wrong, the trailer is amazing, and I'm really curious to see where the story is going, because my main focus right now when it comes to Genshin is the story, right? Now, I kind of want to go a bit. We do know the visions of the first three characters, right? So the little girl is called Kachina, huh? So we know that she's Hydro. We saw in the last video I did on the Natlan preview, I looked at and I found the vision. She is Geo, and the Pixel Boy is Dendro. Now the question is, do we have anything when it comes to a vision for these other characters? From the design alone and the fact that she has purple markings and her whole design is purple, I am guessing that she's going to be Electro. No, she's Cryo. She has a Cryo vision. What the actual heck? She's all purple, right? Full blown and prepared to be an Electro character, but she has a Cryo vision. Interesting, I guess. For the Tiger Girl, because she actually has the tail. I didn't realize the first time I watched it she has an actual tail. So I wonder if she's related to Diona. Right? Because there have been some people who came to Mondstadt from Natlan. I do wonder if among those were some of Diona's ancestors, and Diona has ancestry going back to Natlan. Do we know the origin of Diona's people, like the cat people? Good question, right? Anyway, we see on her chest that her vision is Geo, so there's really no denying here. And yeah, it seems like the tournament is held as a yearly thing. Exactly what you would think, that you have, you know, the leader who puts all the warlike tribes together has a yearly tradition of them going to do battle with each other, you know, to see which tribe wins during that. did we have our Jansen's vision during the Prevail trailer? Because we see very little of her here, so there's no real vision. I wonder if her vision was visible during that. And we have this character, which I don't think we see much of her design in general. Talks about the tournament, but yeah, we only see her upper body there. Of course, then we go in and have the reveal of possibly the Pyro Archon. I'm like 90% sure she's a Pyro Archon, and I love her very modern design. Like, it's so weird to have Natlan be them like even more modern than Fontaine, right? At least with their designs, like character design wise. But then again, the street life inspirations of the graffiti and everything, like, I really like that. We'll take all. So yeah, like, is that Animo or Cryo? Also, is it just me, or have all the visions we've seen until now all look different with no real like cohesion? Don't tell me that each tribe is going to have a different looking vision, because her vision seems to have an X with maybe some extra thingy going on, so she's either Animo or Cryo. I'm not sure exactly which color is that. And then we have her no, so I guess each vision has the little X on it, right? And if I go here, I think I need to go a bit further back. Oh no, yeah. So the Natlan vision has a little X and a star shape to it, right? But her vision looks a bit weird. Please work video, thank you very much. And yeah, then we have Capitano. Oh my god. Do we have a vision on Capitano just by any chance? Now, here's my hope. Here's my hope for Capitano, right? My hope is that Capitano will be a full-blown, pure physical DPS, right?
Are you brave enough to compete?
It's just a grunt. And here is why. Both because I kind of want physical to do a comeback during Natlan. I'm kind of hoping that there's going to be a bunch of physical focused either support, both supports and actual DPSs in Natlan as the regional sort of quote unquote gimmick. In Sumeru, we had, of course, the introduction of the Dendro reaction, so we got lots of Dendro characters and Dendro related supports, including like even other elements. In Fontaine, we had everything was all about HP manipulation. The Traveler could HP manipulate, Novelette could HP manipulate, Farina. Then we also had characters that used Bond of Life in the last couple characters released with Clorant, Arlecchino, and Sijuin. So I want the regional combat part for Natlan to be physical, right? I wanted to have a focus on physical because physical has been shafted and neglected ever since Mika's release, and even Mika's release couldn't really do much for it. So what the heck's going on, however, is that you haven't even given any bit of like focus on physical for the past 2 years at this point. I don't even remember when Mika came out, and even then Mika is not the best support for Eula, right? Oh no, actually we did have another physical, but it was more of a combined physical cryo DPS with Fermine. So I got my characters wrong. So ever since Fermine, ever since the start of 4.x. But yeah, what my hopes for Capitano are, he's the first non-elemental user. I just want Capitano, number one of the Fatui, supposed to be a normal human being, the most powerful of the Fatui, to not have a vision or a delusion, to fight purely based on his own strength and his combat skill. That would be like gameplay wise, it would be a bit weird to have the first non-vision character, the first non-elemental character, but it would really dig into the physical aspect because you wouldn't have any elements interacting with him. He would be pure physical, so anything physical related would be way more powerful on him because his scalings would be way bigger on physical stuff. And lore related, it would be perfect, as I said, because he's the top dog in the Fatui. And if a normal human, purely based on his skill and power alone, was able to climb the ladder of the Fatui to be the most powerful of them all, like, let's be serious, that would be awesome, right? So that's my hope for Capitano. For the Pyro Archon, I'm not entirely sure. I have been watching Jello Impact, and he's been talking about possibly the Pyro Archon being a Bennett side grade / Bennett replacement, and honestly, I kinda hope so. Mainly because having 2 Bennetts, it would be very awesome, right? Technically, we do have 2 Bennetts, but with Farina, because of Farina's damage boost, but for that, you do kind of need the healer in the same team. But we'll kind of see. As for the other characters, I'm not sure. We don't really see anything. We do see some things related to their kit, at least for the first 3 characters, for these 3 characters, in the second Natlan preview. But yeah, this is exciting. 4.8 is coming out in 4 days, I believe, because we're approaching the Wednesday release date. And of course, there is also Natlan coming in a bit over a month and a half. And yeah, and not just that, there's also lots of other cool games around. And I will make a video about the whole Wuthering Waves versus Genshin Impact thing, because I feel like the fight between those two, and the fight even within the Hoyoverse games, is so unnecessary. Why don't you play both, right? Anyway, if you did enjoy this video, why not leave a like, comment, or even subscribe for more to not miss anything. Either way, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.